I'm Coach Amy, and today's recipe is actually two. I'm going to show you two ways to make better for you pancakes. All right, so I have a lot going on here to begin with, okay, because it's going to be two separate recipes. The first one we're going to start with takes a little longer to cook as opposed to the other, so we're going to start there. So the recipe for this one is cottage cheese and banana protein pancakes. So for this first pancake, you are going to need 1/2 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of cottage cheese, 2 eggs, and just a sprinkle of salt. And this one you're also going to need a blender because the batter is going to go into the blender. All right, so to start, we're going to add 1/2 cup of oats. High-powered blender works best if you have one. And it only takes about 15-20 seconds to blend this. All right, next is 1/2 cup of cottage cheese. I'm going to show you my favorite brand here that I use. This is called Good Culture. I like it for a number of reasons. There's added probiotics to this, so it's super good for your gut health. And you can also get it in individual cups, which is awesome, especially if you're a calorie or macro tracker like myself. This way I don't have to weigh and measure. It's already in an individual cup for me. So just a little added extra bonus. And you can also find it in fuller tubs as well. You don't have to get the individual packs, but just, to make life a little easier. All right, so if you're using one of those cups, it's gonna be about 2/3 of that. So I have a little extra left over to eat later. Okay, and then making a huge mess as well, as usual. Okay, I'm gonna add 2 eggs to this also. And I have my electric skillet here warming up. My default for it is usually around 350, 375 degrees to get started. Sometimes I'll turn it up or down depending. All right, and as far as the salt, I'm just gonna add a couple twists of sea salt to this. Just a little bit, not a lot. All right, now if you want, this is a good time to mute me because my blender is super loud. So this is just gonna be about 20 seconds or so once I get it going. Stop it for 1 second just to scrape down the sides and tamper it down a little bit. Sometimes those oats get stuck in the bottom, especially when you're not using a whole lot of ingredients, just to make sure it gets all blended in there. And each of these recipes is going to be for 1 serving. The size of your pancakes is just going to be, dependent on how you like them. Well, I guess at some point I'm bound to have a fail while I'm cooking, so we're winging it right now. For some reason my blender's not working, so. All right, I don't know what's wrong with that, but we're gonna keep rolling. All right, this is mixed up pretty well. All right, so I'm just going to stir it real quick one more time. All right, and then I'm gonna pour this directly into my already heated skillet. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad because I can feel it super hot. And this recipe, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes per side to cook. All right, it looks like I'm gonna get about 2 4-inch pancakes out of this one. And these do spread out fast, so like these already kind of glued together. So I'm just gonna separate them a little bit. And you're gonna top these with whatever you like. You have a million different options when it comes to pancakes. You could go the syrup route, you could go the nut butter route, fruit, whatever you wanna add to it. Okay, now this next one, this one only takes about a minute per side to cook. So you're going to add 1 medium banana. The riper the better because you want it to be easy to mash and sweeter. All right, and I'm going to, because this is just 1 banana, I'm just gonna mash it with the back of a fork. You're gonna wanna make it to like a baby food consistency. So you're gonna wanna get it pretty mashed up in there. Say, sometimes if I'm using multiple bananas, I'll use a potato masher. That sometimes makes it a little easier as well. But with just one banana, the back of a fork works great. All right, I'm gonna check on these real quick. All right, these are actually cooking pretty fast because I had my skillet turned up kind of high. So that was about 2 minutes on each side. I'm gonna grab a plate for these. All right, hopefully my smoke alarm doesn't go off next because I can see that happening in the future. So if that does, I will pause you and be right back. Again, I could just have a blooper reel, but we're just gonna roll with it. All right, and to this, I'm going to add 2 eggs. This is the problem when I multitask. All right, I'm cooking 2 recipes at once, and then that's when disaster usually hits. So we'll see what happens. All right, I'm gonna check these again. All right, still a little light on that side. So probably just another minute and those will be done. All right, so I'm just gonna whisk the eggs in here and break up the yolks. And this one is actually going to be a peanut butter pancake. All right, see, and then my oven's going off, so we got a lot going on over here today. All right, give me 1 second. Some days I plan better than others. Today, not so much. Okay, and then I've talked about this before, peanut butter powder. All this is defatted peanuts. So they take all the fat out of it and they pound it down into a flour. You basically reconstitute it with water to turn it back into peanut butter. But you could use it for a ton of recipes. And I like to add it to yogurt as a fruit dip, add it to smoothies, a ton of different stuff you can do with it. All right, so this is gonna be about 4 tablespoons. I'm gonna stir it, see what the consistency looks like. You may need to add just a tad more. I feel like a lot of the recipes I've been doing lately, I'm getting an extra workout just with all the stirring, so giving you a little added resistance training with my recipes lately. All right, and I'm gonna check on these ones real quick. And those are perfect. All right, so you're gonna see here, these are the, come on, cottage cheese pancakes. And I got about 2 4-inch pancakes out of that. Again, add what you like. I'm probably going to add some fruit to that. Maybe a little bit of honey. A ton of different things you can do with pancakes. All right, and these ones are quicker. These only take about a minute for the peanut butter pancakes. All right. All right, I'm just gonna pour that onto the skillet. Again, this is another kind of runny recipe, so you're going to want to space them out so they don't goop together. All right, once again, I made a gigantic mess over here, but that's okay. All right, these take about 1 minute. And let's see, what else? I think that's about it. Again, you could do so many different things with these. You can add fruit, you could add honey. One of my favorite replacements for a sweetener, agave nectar, that's another good one. I use that in quite a few recipes to help sweeten things up, for not a lot of sugar, not a lot of calories. Helps that way. All right, I'm gonna turn the skillet up just a bit. Check these. All right, I'm gonna pause you for just 1 minute because these are taking a little longer, and I'll be right back in just 1 second. Okay, I am back with the peanut butter pancakes. So what happened was when I originally turned down my skillet just a little bit, I turned it down way a bit, so that's why they weren't cooking. Once I got it back up to temperature around 375, these did cook within like a minute or 2. So you'll see these are the peanut butter pancakes. These do look and have pretty much the same consistency as a regular pancake. So when you're cooking, look for that color. And the same thing, when you're cooking a regular pancake and it starts to bubble, that's when it's time to flip. The same thing happens with these. You'll see those bubbles start to rise on the top. Go ahead and flip. All right, so just to show you side by side, these are the cottage cheese pancakes. These are the peanut butter pancakes. 2 great options to give you a healthier, alternative to regular pancakes. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you like them and what you think. Send me an email and give me some feedback. Thanks a lot.